My name's Dominique, and I'm the Programs and Community Engagement Manager here at the Lafayette Public Library. Basically, that means I work with an incredible team of librarians and assistant librarians that help coordinate and implement programs and outreach services, as well as our marketing and communications here in Lafayette. And I will say it's an absolute dream job to be a part of this community. So when I was growing up, we used to have library night, and my mom would take us down to the Alaskan Public Library. It was actually called Lusac Public Library, and it was the highlight of my week. We would go and get books, movies, music. In fact, VHS tapes were a thing, so you couldn't get these VHS tapes anywhere. And so you'd go to the library, you'd be in this huge room with all the VHS tapes, and I would check out Sailor Moon. And it was awesome. It was just the greatest thing ever. And then I remember even getting my library card, and it was this little piece of paper that was laminated. It wasn't these, sophisticated plastic cards that we have today with the barcodes. And just having that library card and carrying it in my wallet and looking forward to every week getting my Sailor Moon VHS tapes it's a great memory. And that was really my first experience with libraries. Libraries have changed so much over time. Even growing up and looking back so fondly on the memory of going to a library and getting the card and checking out those tapes, I remember the sense of you needed to be quiet, there were youth areas, but it wasn't really a place where you could, come after school and eat your snack and be a little hyper. And so I do remember that about libraries. And I think what's changed so much over time is that libraries have really made a push to be more community centered and to be available to more groups and not just one group of individuals. So if you need a quiet place, we have that. If you need a place to hang out and game and read and just be with your friends, we have that. And if you need a place to go to story time, we have that. And I think the direction of libraries in the future is going to depend on your community. It's going to be very community based, because that's ultimately the goal of every library, is to support the needs of their community. Where I would like to see our library go, and where I think it will go, I think we'll see more of a focus on technology. I think in my dream world, I would love to see us expand on the building and have more meeting spaces and more event spaces. Based on the amount of kids and teens that hang out here after school when we are open, prior to the pandemic, we had a huge group of youth that would be here. And I would love to see us open another branch or even have a youth center or bigger support here in Lafayette for that, And I think the library does do that in a lot of ways. And so I think the future of libraries, especially our library, is going to be providing even more spaces and providing areas that are bigger for those groups. Because right now in our space, we have homeless populations, we have senior populations, we have that millennial age group, the Gen Z, the high schoolers, the kids, the families. There's just so many groups using this space. And I think the future is going to be expanding our spaces, having more branches, providing more community centers, especially as Lafayette grows. And I think our library can definitely do that, and I'd love to see that happen. I'd also love a coffee shop. That's totally separate and has nothing to do, but that's mainly a selfish one. Access is the most important thing in anybody's life. Access to resources, information, support. Access it's what gives people the opportunity to succeed in life. And that's what libraries do. We provide access, and it does not matter who you are, what, your income is. You can just come here and have access, and we will help you. And I think that's the most important thing, is having that access and libraries providing that access, because not everybody has that, and not everybody starts off life the same footing and has access to the things that they need to succeed. And I think that's probably the most important thing out there is what that we can do is provide access and help and support and be there in the way that our community needs us.